To say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Right now at noon, Atlanta transitioning to its Phase 2 reopening plan. But what does that mean? We're going to break it down for you. History at the Kennedy Space Center, the latest on today's launch, nearly a decade in the making.
And we have a tropical storm that is making landfall over towards South Carolina. Will it have an impact on us? Your full forecast coming up.
11Alive News at noon starts now.
And thanks for joining us for 11Alive News at noon on this Wednesday. I'm Sheba Russell. Today, Governor Brian Kemp is making the rounds across Georgia to assess how different cities are managing through the COVID-19 pandemic. He tweeted out this video about an hour ago. Today, he toured a temporary medical pod at Navicent Health in Macon. The governor also expected to tour an engineering facility in Columbus later on this afternoon. Atlanta's mayor announcing just a few hours ago that the city is transitioning into phase 2 of reopening. Mara Sirianni explains what this means.
Atlanta slowly but surely making progress. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms giving the green light to enter the easing phase. In a release, the mayor's office said as of Sunday, May 24th, Atlanta has sustained the necessary 14-day downward trend in several categories to progress. Those categories include new cases, hospitalizations, and percentage of positive test cases while maintaining adequate hospital and critical care bed capacity. During phase 2, individuals are urged to wear a mask in public, stay at home except for essential trips, and social distance with gatherings of no more than 10 people. Restaurants and stores are encouraged to continue curbside pickup and to-go orders. Non-essential city government facilities will remain closed. Bottoms calling on all citizens for a safe transition into phase 2. For a complete breakdown of each phase and what it means for you, head to 11alive.com.
The 11Alive storm trackers keeping a close eye on a system bringing us some midday rain with some downpours already, but this is just the beginning. Meteorologist Chesley McNeil joining us live now. Chesley, could we see storms going into the evening hours here?
Yes, and more likely over toward our west. Some of those thunderstorms could produce some damaging winds and obviously some hail as well. We'll keep you updated on that. All right, now we just have some light showers around, a few moderate pockets as you can see over toward DeKalb County, into southern parts of Gwinnett County, even into North Fulton, just north of Roswell there. You see a little moderate pocket. No lightning strikes associated with these storms at all. And then the light rain extends all the way down to the south as well. So we'll continue to monitor that. And then we're watching a couple systems. We got a cold front back off here to the west where we're anticipating severe weather to take place over toward Alabama this afternoon. And then look at this, tropical storm Bertha making landfall over toward South Carolina. Now the eye of the storm is just to the made landfall just to the north of Charleston, continues to push further inland, but the onshore flow pretty strong up here to northern parts of the coast, like for example over toward Myrtle Beach. Let's take a live look now over toward that area, and you can see how the winds are blowing things around. You can see that rough surf as well. That's going to continue to be the case through this afternoon. Again, this is Myrtle Beach over in South Carolina. That's going to continue to be the case as we head through the afternoon, but the storm itself will continue to weaken as it continues to push in as well. Now, the storm itself will not make its way toward us. As we go back to our radar here, you can see the latest track will take this storm further off to the north. Right now, packing winds up to about 50 miles per hour rather, moving to the north at 15 miles per hour. So you can see how the storm stays to the north, moves over central portions of North Carolina, eventually into Virginia and West Virginia, will not make it over here toward Georgia. So we're not worried about that. A little bit further down to the south, we have a space launch that will be taking place. In fact, let's take you live down there, also over toward Cape Canaveral. And you can see the ominous clouds back behind the spacecraft. We do have the potential for scattered showers and thunderstorms there. Now the launch is not set to take place until 4:30 this afternoon. Right now, NASA's giving it about a 50% chance for that launch to take place. If it doesn't take place today, it won't take place until we get toward the weekend. And so again, looking at thunderstorms there, you can see the clouds back behind it. Okay, again, lift off at 4:33 this afternoon. We'll keep our fingers crossed and see if that is the case. For us, marginal risk for severe weather from Rome down to Atlanta, down through Macon. That dark green shaded area is a level 1 out of a possible 5. Again, damaging winds will be the main threat with this. And you can see after 3 o'clock is when we're expecting those thunderstorms to begin to erupt. Not everyone will receive those. We'll give it a 40 to 50% chance. That will diminish once we lose the daytime heating. We'll start it all over again on Thursday. Looking at scattered showers in the morning. Once we get toward the afternoon, and here we are by 1 o'clock, notice how we have a few scattered thunderstorms around. Those could be strong to severe as well, and we'll repeat it again on Friday. It won't be until the weekend that our chance of rain begins to go back down. Sheba, back to you.
All right, Chesley, a lot happening out there. Back to the latest on Georgia's fight against COVID-19. And here are the latest numbers. According to the State Department of Public Health, there are more than 44,000 confirmed cases. That's about 700 more cases than yesterday. Just under 1,900 people have died. We're answering your questions about the COVID-19 data, and among them, we were asked to look at the changes in the numbers of people in the hospital in relationship to the number of coronavirus deaths. There's been a lot of attention on the number of people in the hospital, and you can see the bars in teal here. Since the state started releasing that information on May 1st, it has been steadily declining for the most part. That means less strain on our hospital resources. But those declining numbers don't necessarily mean people are surviving. So look at the orange bars. Those are the number of new patients. An average of 74 new COVID patients went into the hospital over the course of just the past week. An 11Alive viewer wanted to know what happened to the more than 600 patients that are no longer in the hospital. Did they recover? Did they die? Well, the short answer is it's hard to tell based on the current data alone. Here's what we do know about deaths. The numbers are all over the place. If we look at the last 7 days in orange and average it out, Georgia lost 28 people to the virus each day. While we can't separate recoveries from deaths, we do know that a significant portion of the people who go to the hospital likely do recover because fewer people are dying than were admitted to the hospital. Turning now to education during this pandemic, and 11Alive is working hard to help you and your student prepare for what's to come in the fall. We obtained a copy of the University System of Georgia's plan. The nearly 30-page guidance outlines plans for multiple scenarios. One plan calls for in-person classes with social distancing. Another calls for online classes only. A third plan is a mix of both. You can read the full guidelines on 11alive.com. Fulton County's Board of Health confirming 18 people connected to the Lovett School in North Atlanta have tested positive for COVID-19. That number includes both graduating seniors and people in their households. There are still others awaiting test results. Now to a suspected road rage shooting. The victims, a man and a woman, gunned down while outside their home overnight. Police say it happened as they were turning into their driveway in northwest Atlanta. A white sedan cut them off and 3 men fired several shots. They say the shooters were upset with the victims for blocking the road at another location. At last check, the woman was in serious condition, the man stable. A 15-year-old is now in custody facing adult murder charges in the targeted robbery attempt and attack on a man walking home from dinner. Atlanta police say Kevin Humes was shot and killed on May 16th in Buckhead. More arrests are expected. Growing outrage, sadness, and protests following the deadly arrest of George Floyd. 4 Minneapolis police officers have since been fired.
Look at his nose.
You got your feet right on his neck. I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe.
Floyd died Monday night. This now viral video showing him pinned to the ground, an officer kneeling on his neck for several minutes as Floyd begs for help, saying, "I can't breathe." 2 other officers holding his arms and legs. Less than 24 hours ago, violence erupting between protesters and police near where the incident took place. In a tweet, the mayor of Minneapolis calling the firings, quote, "the right call." The FBI is now investigating. And a Central Park confrontation caught on video. The woman in this now viral video has been fired from her job. The video shows her calling the police, claiming a black man was threatening her and her dog in the park. In the video, you can hear the man telling the woman her dog needed to be on a leash, as the sign indicated. The woman has since said she overreacted and has offered an apology to the man and his family. She voluntarily gave the dog back to the animal rescue organization where she got the dog. Right now, all eyes are on Kennedy Space Center. Chesley mentioned this one. This is a live look. NASA and SpaceX are going back to the future with the first manned space flight expected to launch from the U.S. in nearly a decade. Sarah Doloff has more from Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Due to the pandemic, people are being asked to watch the launch from home. Officials even closing some popular viewing spots like this one to the public. There is a lot of interest in today's launch, and for good reason. It's historic. The first time a private company has been tasked with flying U.S. astronauts into space from U.S. soil. Those astronauts, Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley, will ride in a Crew Dragon capsule atop SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket. Both have been isolating since March.
You know, COVID did drive some changes in how we were conducting our operations and preparing for this mission. But we as a nation, all across the nation, you know, folks from Florida through Texas, both in Houston and at McGregor with the SpaceX team, as well as in California, had to figure out a way to still pull this mission off safely, still prepare for it safely, still work together to accomplish it.
Another potential curveball in the mix, the weather. Storms have been in the area leading up to the launch and the morning of. A lot of people keeping their eyes to the skies and hoping everything will be clear come go time. In Cape Canaveral, Florida, Sarah Dolph, NBC News.
Coming up, Ask the Expert. Psychiatrist Dr. Suvrat Bargarve, Dr. B, is answering your coronavirus questions. We know a lot of you are dealing with anxiety, depression. Let us know if you have one by texting the number on your screen, 404-885-7600.
For coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov.
I know you have a lot of questions about the information you're seeing and hearing during this pandemic, an uncertain time, really. Psychiatrist and author Dr. B is here with us this afternoon to address some of your mental health concerns. So let us know if you have a question by texting 404-885-7600. Good afternoon, Dr. B.
Hello, Sheba. It's so great to be here talking about emotional wellness again.
Yes, you know, our discussion last week, I got a lot of great feedback on it right afterwards. So I know we're going to have an equally important discussion today because you have been so helpful to all of us during this uncertain time.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Our first question comes from Cadence. She says, the last several weeks I have been experiencing more vivid dreams. Some are nightmares, but most are really bizarre. Why is this happening now?
Yeah, Cadence, you're actually saying something that I hear a lot. A lot of people in my practice are asking me about vivid dreams. So some people are having nightmares, and sometimes it's good dreams, but they're all seemingly more vivid. Probably two main reasons for that. The first one has to do with the changes in our sleeping patterns. So for some people, for example, they might be sleeping more now than they used to before. The time they save on a commute or getting ready in the morning, they're able to sleep in. Sleeping in is obviously good, but when you sleep in, you get more REM sleep. That's that rapid eye movement stage of sleep. And in that stage, you tend to remember dreams more vividly. So this might be about dream time as well as having more dream recall. And then the other main reason why you may be having vivid dreams is your emotional state. We know that dreams are a way for our brains to really process our memories and our feelings. And if you're having more stress right now, for example, then the tone of your dreams might be more stressful. So really think about your peace of mind. Maybe limit the stressful content that you are exposed to at least an hour, hour and a half before you sleep. Use that time instead to wind down. And biggest piece of advice is don't anticipate a nightmare. When you anticipate it, you're going to make it happen. So reassure yourself that your brain is doing what it's supposed to when it does this.
That's some great advice. And Cadence, you're not alone. I mean, there are so many people during this pandemic who are reporting the same exact thing, that they're having bizarre dreams. My daughter even said something to me where she could like feel what's happening to her in her dream. And I don't even, what's the word for that? Is there a description for that, Dr. B?
I will have to look
like
up the term.
If someone pinches you in your dream, you can actually feel it. That's what she's going through.
Yeah, that's how vivid they can be.
Yeah. All right. So our next question, this person asks, I'm thinking about asking my doctor for a prescription for antidepressants. How do I know what options are best for me?
That's a really great question, and I'm just glad that you're going to have that discussion with your doctor. I also want to say that in this time, we have noticed that there is a rise in the number of prescriptions being written for antidepressants, anti-anxiety medicines, as well as sleep medicines. But my advice for you would be this. Make that appointment, and rather than going in asking for an antidepressant, just go in and talk to your doctor. Let him or her know what you've been feeling, how long you've been feeling that way, what else is going on in your life, and then let your doctor really come up with your best treatment options for you. Medications can certainly be a part of that. We know that there is a physiological basis for a lot of people's depression. Medicine can definitely decrease the intensity or the frequency or the duration of your symptoms. But really just go in and have the discussion, and including the fact that you are scared, that you're nervous. Let him or her know what makes you nervous, what you've read about, what you've heard about. Talk to someone you trust. Be as vulnerable as you can be, and then be open to what it is that he or she might suggest for you. But I'm glad you're having the discussion.
Absolutely. Be honest. Our next question, my uncle passed away 2 weeks ago, but because of the pandemic, we were unable to have a family funeral. I feel terrible. How am I supposed to grieve?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. And you know, grief is already difficult, but during these times, it's even more compounded, and it can be really overwhelming and confusing. So I am so sorry for your loss. You know, funerals really serve two main functions. One is to honor the person who's passed, and the other one is to comfort one another through your sorrow. So as best you can under the current circumstance, try to find ways to do the same thing, maybe virtually. So have a virtual wake or a virtual memorial service. A group that's gathered really to be able to share, and where it's okay to cry, and also a group where you know that just by looking around on the screen, you know you're not alone. And then really resolve in your head that on the other side of this pandemic, and there really will be another side to this pandemic, that you'll find a way to gather in person, share stories, share memories, share tears, and share hugs. And one last thing to say is if you're grieving and you find that you can't move past the grief, or that it's affecting your day-to-day functioning, please reach out. Reach out to a counselor that specializes in grief, or maybe to a spiritual advisor or mentor. There is a way to work through grief.
Yeah, and everybody has to work through it in their own way. Dr. B, thank you. Stay put. We're going to come back to you with more questions, and please text them in, folks, if you have any questions. The number's at the bottom of your screen. Thank you, Dr. B. We'll see you back in a few seconds. As people return to work in Georgia, it is raising questions like, what if I get sick, and what can my boss legally ask me to do? Elwin Lopez has the answers.
If you're returning to work and feeling sick, your employer can legally require you to take a few extra steps before clocking in during this pandemic.
In the interest of keeping you and your coworkers safe, the EEOC has issued guidance for employers during the COVID-19 pandemic. If you're sick, your boss can now legally require you to bring in a doctor's note, clearing you to return. The EEOC indicating that's justified under the American Disability Act standards due to the severity of the pandemic.
It varies by employer, but doctor's notes can be as simple as a note written on a prescription pad indicating that an individual does not show symptoms of the illness anymore.
Even then, Dr. Alex Alonso, Society of Human Resource Management's Chief Knowledge Officer, says your boss could still require you to undergo a nasal swab for the virus and even daily temperature checks.
They can actually require it on the way in, on the way out. They can require it at any interval that they believe is effective.
So what if you do test positive for COVID-19? The EEOC says that's considered confidential information. The ADA requires employers to file those results separate from your personnel file.
They don't have to disclose your identity, but they can disclose that an individual in a specific work environment has been exposed or tested positive for COVID-19.
While they don't have to share your information with coworkers, your employer is allowed to disclose your identity to a public health agency.
Now, the EEOC also says that guidance from public health authorities is likely to change as the pandemic evolves. We'll make sure to keep you updated on the latest information to keep you safe.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at
And we're back now with psychiatrist and author Dr. B answering your mental health questions. All right, Dr. B, let's pick it back up with Zara's question. She says, I'm highly extroverted and get my energy from being around other people. Social distancing has me feeling anxious. What are some things I can do to stay calm?
Yeah, great question. So, let's start off by saying this. While most people tend to refer to themselves either as introverts or extroverts, the truth is that most of us are on a continuum. So it's more of a spectrum than it is checking off a box. No. So the people who are in the middle, I would say they're going to find a way to get through this fine. It's the people on either end of the spectrum that I do worry about. So if you happen to be team extrovert like Zara says she is, then here's a couple of things I'd say. First of all, stay connected. So the obvious answer is, the Zoom meetings and FaceTime and virtual happy hour. But in addition to that, at least have one-to-one meaningful conversation. You'll see that that's kind of like a hormonal spike to your system, if you will, kind of like physical hugs used to be. And then the other piece of advice is stay active. Extroverts like external stimulation. And so while conversation can certainly be that, it can also come from taking a hike or listening to a podcast. If it's something new, that's even better. And extroverts really like to laugh out loud, so you might want to think about watching a good comedy or something.
I think we're all figuring out who we are during this pandemic. Some of us who thought we were never even an extrovert are finding out that we are. So that's some great advice, Dr. B.
I think one of the most beautiful things is we're all realizing we need some connection, one way or the other.
Yeah, and there are ways to safely do it now.
Yes,
just
there
practice
are.
social distancing and wear that mask. Up
Yes,
next, Chandler would like to know, what are some natural ways to control the anxiety that comes from not having control?
Wow, Chandler, that's a great question. Those of us who've had anxiety, we have to find a way to understand our need to control. Anxious people, if we could, we would like to control every variable because we want things to go the way we want them to go, because we don't like how we feel on the other side of it. So my advice would be think about what is in your control, do that to the best of your ability, and then try to really let go of the outcome. Knowing that you are a survivor already, knowing that you've gone through such times before and you made it on the other side, and you will again. And if you can really come through with some sense of purpose, that these things aren't just happening, there's some purpose in it, and maintain some sense of hope, I think you'll see that you'll be able to give up control a little bit at a time.
Yeah, little by little.
Little by little.
Little
yeah.
by little. All
It's
right,
not a
Doc.
switch.
What'd you say?
I said it's not a light switch, right? You have to do it little by little.
Yeah. All right, Dr. B, thank you. We've run out of time. I could literally talk to you for the whole half hour. Thank you so much again for your input, and have a great week.
Thank you, Shiva. I appreciate it and all the work you're doing. Thanks.
Thank you so much. We'll be back, everybody.
That lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Well, how about this for a graduation gift? A zero balance on their tuition bill. A gift for dozens of Spelman College graduates. Frank Baker, a founder of the private equity firm Cirrus, and his wife Laura Day Baker are giving a $1 million gift to the school to establish a scholarship for Spelman graduates. Spelman says the money will initially pay for the existing spring tuition balances for nearly 50 of Spelman's 2020 graduation class. The scholarships will later provide support for future high-achieving graduating seniors. If you see acts of kindness like this one in your community, send them to us on Twitter using the hashtag #SendTheLoveATL or email us at whereatlspeaks@11alive.com. Remember, you can find the latest updates on coronavirus as well as other big local and national news stories on our 11Alive app. Thank you so much for watching 11Alive News at noon. I'm Sheba Russell. Stay safe.
Or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact